Hello folks, welcome to another round of Modern. We have Michael Mapson on Amulet Titan versus Shockmento on Teamer / 4-color Live Again. Let's dive right into it. Mapson is playing a forest. He's gonna play a one-man artifact here. Is it an Amulet of Vigor? Is he doing what he wants it to do? As a Relic of Regeneration, it's pretty solid. When you play into Live Again and you open your one of Relic in the main board. Pretty nice. We like that. Mapson, notoriously very good Amulet Titan player. Kind of like wrote the book on how to play Titan from what I've been told at the shop. And yeah, and then Shock has been playing Live Again for a couple weeks now. He's been doing pretty solid with it. And Live Again is such a cool deck. I think I talk about it every time we have it on camera. It just does so many cool things that are kind of absurd at the same time. It's great. I love it. Now, if you'll see, the camera's shaking a good bit there. I wonder who's hitting the table. Mapson's deck is altered. It's all altered for the most part, and it's gorgeous. There's some crazy looking cards in this deck. I don't think they get sideboarded in this matchup, but he has tireless trackers that are altered to have Boba Fett on them, and let me tell you, I am so about that. It's so cool looking. He's got his Summoners packs are the Ranger calling for the or I think it's the Green Ranger calling for his Megazord. His Cultivator Colossus is the Megazord. Like, it's just so good. It's just so good. It's so goddamn good. It looks nice. We've got some pretty generic gameplay here. Mapson's not off to a fast start, but it looks like Shaka isn't either. He's not cycling any cards. Neither deck looking like it's doing what, the players want it to do. Casting that wonderful Explorer, not altered, but it does have it is a Secret Lair version with the Yargle screaming into the distance. It is the only choice for Explorer. Alright, playing a Civic Grove Chamber, picking up a land, and just gonna pass the turn. Well, play his land return, and then pass. Getting an additional land drop because of that Explorer that we talked about. We're going to cycle a Street Wraith here. Mapson's just going to eat it with the Relic of Regeneration in response to the draw trigger. We're going to cycle another Street Wraith. Using different versions of Street Wraith. This is the intimidation tactic that Living End players like to do. Tapping a mana. Going to cycle an Architect's... Oh god, is it Architect of Will? Is that the Demir one? The artifact creature? I think it is. Drawing for turn here. Now Mapson is able to just kind of like exile the graveyard in response to a Living End. While the current graveyard is not very scary. If Mapson's start is as slow as it seems to be, and he doesn't have a Primeval Titan or anything of the such, it's going to be rough to come back from. Alright, playing a Flooded Strand, passing the turn. We have 5 mana to work with this turn. Alright. Mapson's going to activate the Relic. We're going to get a fetch land in response. That way he can just exile the Flooded Strand to the Relic effect, not letting Mapson get any real value from it. Goes to get to basic island. I think that's the, is it Battle for Zendikar Island? It's not the Cup Island, though. The Cup Island is Supreme. That Flooded Strand will get moved to the exile in just a minute. I remember looking up from the computer and being like, that should be in the thing. Boom. Alright, here comes another Arboreal Gracery. Puts a Selesnya Sanctuary into play, picks up a forest, plays a forest return. That's 7 total available mana for him next turn, barring a land drop or 2. Alright, here comes the Violent Outburst. We're going to get a Cascade trigger here, revealing cards from the top of the deck until we find something with lower CMC than Violent Outburst. Which, fun fact, if you don't know how it works, there's only one. It's Living End. No, one card, multiple copies.
As the song goes.
I remember talking to a customer about the Rhinos deck. It might have been Living End, and they were like, "Why don't you just only play like one copy? You know, if you find it, you just play you play better cards." And they soon realized that if you draw the card, it's just kind of dead. Okay, so Master is going to let Living End resolve. Shock is going to get an Architect's Will and a Street Wraith here. The Architect on play is going to be able to target a player, which we're going to be targeting Mapson. And we're able to look at the top 3 cards of the deck, and I think just rearrange them in any order, which is a dangerous place to be if you are looking for specific cards. Like, if the dream is to get a Amulet Vigor, probably not happening. Though Amulet Titan do be having some interesting deck configurations. Sometimes you just draw pact in a row. Or Titan Pact. I believe we have 6 power on the board, if I remember. Street Wraith has 2 power. Architects, I think, has 4.
Combat?
No phone, I'm not trying to record a video right now. Thank you. Right. Yep, cracks in for 6, plays the land, passes the turn. 6 mana. Playing a Primeval Titan, using the Winter Season. We're going to have a main board Subtlety come out here. And that Titan is going to go to the top of the deck. Main board Subtlety, not something you typically see in Living End at the moment. I feel like the Subtleties are typically out of the sideboard, if anything. But, I was talking to Shock about it, and he had a pretty good point, honestly. Our local meta has a lot of people who play Teferi Time Raveler, and just being able to, you know, prevent that from coming down for 0 mana, or potentially 0 mana, honestly really solid. Turns out, also really good against Primeval Titan. How big is Subtlety? Is it a 3/3? I haven't played this card in potentially a year now. When did Modern Horizons 2 come out? I was playing in a Team of Rhinos when this deck was first made. Subtlety. Yep, it's a 3/3. The giant blue whale. Alright, Texan for 9. Goes and casts a Violent Outburst, and that's just going to pick it up. Shock will be taking game 1, and we'll be right back in just a second with game 2, folks. And would you look at that, we're back at game 2. We have Mapson on the play here. These players are just resolving their mulligans and getting started. That is a Slayer Stronghold.
I don't want people being like, oh, look at this deck and
into a Expedition map.
Who has no clue how to play it.
Card Mapson is quite familiar with. Slayer Stronghold. If you don't know what that card does, it is a land that taps for colorless mana, and then you can tap a red, white, and it to give target creature +2 haste and vigilance for the duration of the turn. It's a good card. It's usually how you die to Primeval Titan. If you were to wear it, you can be killed turn 2 by Amulet Titan. Shaka is going to evoke a Grief here, pitching an Architect's Well of Will, revealing 3 bounce lands and a Primeval Titan. And the Primeval Titan is going to get discarded. For a very, very good reason. 2, actually. It's a great card, and, you know, it's the only option. What's interesting, though, is that if Shaka Living Ends Mapson will get a Titan on the board. So he does get a blocker out of it,
To 17.
as well as a ETB trigger. So depending on how quickly Mapson can just like power out artifacts and stuff, or power out lands and artifacts, he could be able to get something going off the back of his opponent's effect.
Cycle Riverwinder.
Alright, we're going to segue straight to Riverwinder. Wonderful card. 7 mana hexproof 6/6. There's a Botanical Sanctum getting played. Fast lands. I love the fast lands. I desperately hope we get the... I guess I don't know when they would do it. So Zendikar Rising. Yeah, Zendikar Rising, they did the Expedition Box Toppers. And they only did half of the fast lands. And I would like the other ones to get done in that style. I would kill for some Spirebluff Canals
Just tell me.
that look fancy. And Botanical Sanctums.
Okay, just
The rest of them are whatever. But, alright, unfortunately, Mapson is just going to pick it up. He is unable to draw out of the place that he is in. And Shock is going to take it 2-0 again. Thank you for watching, folks, and have a great rest of your day.